Okay, what is annoying to me is, okay, here's the thing. I don't understand people on PC who sit up here and whine and complain about one game that's not on PC. And the reason why it is so infuriating is because as a person who actually started making his own games before his computer crashed and who's played games on both the console and PC, who has an Xbox, who has a PlayStation, have the original Xbox and a PlayStation, and a collector of just games in general, I believe that every console, and including PC, should have their own flagship game. It's what makes it stand out. It's what makes that the brand. The PlayStation has its own brand. Xbox has its own brand. Flagship for Xbox is Halo. I never thought Halo should come to PlayStation because that's their flagship. It doesn't need to come to PlayStation. That's the whole point of these three entities that have their own. That's what makes them unique. That's what makes them different and stand out. And as a person who actually can admit, yeah, PC games are a lot better when it comes to graphics. Because it's a fucking computer, it's all it does. You don't here's let me stop joking. Here's the actual sad truth. PC has more freedom than consoles. What doesn't make any sense to me is why you want to take a game that is literally bland and put it on PC. Do you know how many games are like Stellar Blade out there and other games that are exclusive for PlayStation that are way better and naughtier? Go to if you never went to, just go to Steam, just look up Steam, go to their site. Look at the categories of games that they have. You're gonna be surprised. There's some naughty stuff in there. It blew my mind when I first started playing PC on my computer. And even though I didn't have a controller for some of the games, I'm just like, this is just insane. There's no way that I would have been able to play Steam if my parents ever found out when I was younger. I don't even think most kids' parents know what Steam is. Excuse me, sorry. There's 90 games on Steam. Way worse than Stellar Blade. We need Stellar Blade. We need this game, that game. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Spoiled children. Upbringing. Fucking spoiled. You're probably either the first child or the last child, because this middle child, children don't act this way. At least I haven't met any. We just had to fend for ourselves, or maybe you really didn't get anything. Anyway, I digress. My point is, there should be separation between these because that's a healthy competition. There doesn't need to be every game that's on PlayStation needs to go to PC or on Xbox or vice versa. There's hundreds of thousands of games on Steam that don't justify you whining about one game on any of the consoles. Why do you want a console game to come to PC anyway? That doesn't even make any sense. There hasn't been any games like grounded on PlayStation at all until they brought it to the system, and it did great, and it should. I don't think those games should. I would like them to, but I don't think whining and bitching and complaining that any game should come to anything. It's also, you don't understand the type of political nonsense and the loops that you have to jump through in order to actually put a PlayStation game ported from PC. And I'm not even talking about how to actually make it graphics enough to the PlayStation. I've created a game and I started it, and it is complicated. And you can't sit and all this, oh, PlayStation doesn't have good graphics. No, it's because PlayStation specifically tells them they can't. Also, the creators of the game, they don't. You literally have 8K and everything in between on Unreal Engine 5. I've done it. I've started the game, but my PlayStation crashed because I didn't know about, I forget what that damn word is. It means not monetizing. It's when you get the glitches out and you make it play better. I didn't know that, so it kept crashing on me. Plus, my PC couldn't handle the game that I was trying to create. So I needed a very expensive PC for the type of game that I want to create because I love having great graphics. But it makes no sense for me for people to want to take that type of game that's low graphic and put it on the PC and just mod it the hell up. Is that the only reason why? It's stupid. Especially when you have games that are way better on PC. I mean, like in every way. If you're sitting up here like these exclusive games, I think it's that, was that Violet or whatever that came out, you gonna sit there and tell me that you want that to come? Bro, you have the killer antidote. Go look that up. Seriously. You have so many games like that on PC, it's ridiculous, and you're bitching about one game. This is where a lot of these content creators are just full of shit. Because I have sat there and looked at stuff on Steam. I have a couple of naughty games on Steam, and I love them. They're great. They're beautiful. They're naughty. But it's not something that would ever be on PlayStation because there's this weird filtering system. Yet they let certain games, like, I don't know, The Last of Us and all those naughty scenes that are just unnecessary. Why? There's nothing but games like that on PC. But you want to whine about console games having exclusives. You're just full of shit, and you're a selfish child that needs to grow up.